guys, a really busy Friday and just a whole weekend in general, but I do have a few minutes. I want to spit this extra video out this week. Since it is WrestleMania season, I'll try to pump out a couple more videos for you guys. And this topic, highly talked about, right? What matches are going to be on the pre-show? It's a 14-match card, guys. If you think about it, 2 heavyweight championship matches, the 2 mid-card championships, IC and US strap, that's 4. 2 women championships, that's 6. 2 tag team championship matches, that's 8 matches. 2 mixed tag matches with the Ronda Rousey and the Daniel Bryan ones, SmackDown, Raw, that's 10 matches. Then you go on to 2 Battle Royals, that's 12. Then you go on to Cena and Undertaker, special attraction match, and then you have the Cruiserweight Championship. 14 matches that we know of. At any moment, Vince could make a 15th. But this is just saying that it's 14 matches. You can only stuff, and I mean stuff, 10 matches on that 4-hour card. Because you know an hour of that 4 hours is for entrances, musics, promos, and a bunch of bullshit. And that's even going to leap more over than 1 hour, probably. The Hall of Fame shout-outs that they do. So, if you're lucky, you get 3 hours of action. That's if you're lucky. It's more probably going to be 2.5 to 3 hours. And you got to stuff 10 matches. Well, in this year's WrestleMania, we have to stuff 11. Because there's no way you could put that special attractions match, John Cena Undertaker, on a pre-show, obviously. So now you have to stuff 11. So what 3 matches? I know there's going to be some people that just don't like this idea, that would do it differently, maybe. But I'm giving you guys the most realistic format. If you hate this idea, I get it. But if you think about it, what would be your strategy? Who could you move over there? And I'll explain after I give you the 3 matches that would be on the pre-show. Both Battle Royals have to be on the pre-show because those are 2 matches nobody gives a fuck about. Now you can say, BC, you need one of those Battle Royals to be a downer after a high-profile match captivates everybody and everybody pretty much wasted all of their energy in that one match. Now the crowd needs to come down. A Battle Royal, we've seen Battle Royals before at WrestleMania. We've seen Battle Royals plenty of times where they will just really suck the life out of the crowd. So you don't want that anyway. A. B. There's no time for a Battle Royal on the main show. There just isn't. I see no way, and I'm gonna go more in depth on this in a minute, but there's just not time and there's just not room for any of these Battle Royals. So you have to throw them on the pre-show. And what's the 3rd match that goes with both Battle Royals, the men's and the women's Battle Royal? The 3rd match would obviously be the Cruiserweights. A, just like the Battle Royals, nobody gives a fuck about them. But B, more importantly, what spot would they take from that main division? What spot? I know there's some people go, oh, BC, I like the Cruiserweights beat. That's great. Guys, I like GMOs, antibiotics, steroids, all of that good shit, gluten, all of that good shit in my food because it makes it taste better. But guess what all the supermarkets are doing? They're taking all of the antibiotics, all the steroids, all of the gluten, all of the GMOs. They're taking it all out. And now when you taste it, it ain't the same. It tastes like dog shit now. So I like a certain type of food, even though it might be bad for me in the long run. Who knows? My grandparents fucking ate anything that you gave them in front of them. Before all of this fucking health craze started happening, they were eating fucking ramen noodles to any GMO they could grab, to antibiotics, to steroid, anything that was in their food they were eating. And they lived into their mid-90s. A glass of wine every night and a cup of coffee every morning and they were good to go. I love all what they call bad food. They took that away from me. Because they're more concerned with my health than I am. When I say, who knows if that shit is going to be the fucking cause of our death? Who knows? My point is, I like a lot of shit in this world. But guess what? It doesn't mean I get it. You want the cruiserweights? I understand. What spot do they take from the main roster? That main division. Are the cruiserweights going to, because we're already at 11 matches. They're not going to take both Battle Royals and the cruiserweights. Who are they going to bump to the pre-show? Are you going to bump The Undertaker and John Cena? Doubt it. Are you honestly going to bump the IC strap, the Intercontinental or the US Championship straps? Are you really going to do that? Impossible. Those are your secondary main titles. For too many years, we've seen both titles be insignificant. It's time both titles mean something again. How about the women? So we already know Charlotte and Asuka is definitely on the main roster. So what are you going to do with Alexa and Nia? I don't care if we like it or not. You guys know I'm not a fan of it. It should have been Sasha and Bayley. But just because I'm not a fan of it doesn't mean I'm not going to be fucking truthful with you guys. It needs to be on the main show, because if Asuka and Charlotte is on the main show, how the fuck are you going to take the Raw Championship and say, that's pre-show quality? Even though we might think it is. Whether it is or not. You can't honestly do that. The perception is so damaging. Charlotte and Asuka can get the main roster. Alexa and Nia, you're on the pre-show. Realistically, you can't do that. Again, even if we think it should be, you can't do that. That is so damaging as far as the image of both championships. You have to have them equal. It's bad enough one has to come before the other one, which is probably going to be Alexa Nia, or should be. Or they might use Alexa and Nia as that downer match later in the night. So you might see Charlotte and Asuka earlier in the night. The point is this. Your two heavyweight championships are not going to be on the pre-show. Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, and your fucking Shinsuke and AJ Styles. Your two mid-card titles, your IC and your US, are not going to be. Your two women should not be. Your two tag team championships. That's a possibility, but just like the women, if you're gonna have one, you gotta have the other. You cannot possibly separate the titles. You cannot put the Raw tag team titles on the main show and the SmackDown on the pre-show, or vice versa. It's damaging image-wise. So, if you're gonna have one, you gotta have the other. So, both tag titles would have to be on the main show, because they're championships of the world. And I'm not talking some newly fucking crowned fucking cruiserweight tournament championship. These are fucking tag team titles that have been around for decades and decades. Mixed tag matches. Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon, as of now, could most likely be replaced, but against Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens. That's not going on a pre-show. Just like Kurt Angle and Ronda Rousey versus Triple H and Stephanie McMahon is not going to be on the pre-show. And again, I said Undertaker and John Cena. That's 11 matches that I don't see how the Battle Royals could bounce them. I don't see how the Cruiserweights, but BC, they've gotten better under Triple H. And BC, this is the biggest stage for them to shine, so I think they should be given the opportunity. This is WrestleMania. Fuck your opportunity and fuck your shining chances. This is for the actual fucking main division to go out there in an already stuffed card. They're already not going to have a lot of time to work with. They need all the time they can get to shine. You book the cruiserweights like absolute shit since they've gotten on TV. And now all of a sudden, just like Nia Jax and Alexa, now we're supposed to give them their big moment. Fuck that. You want a big moment? Let's put them on a SummerSlam card where at least we have 2 or 3 matches less, hopefully, right? Again, I would love to get everybody to shine, right? But isn't that what got us into this mess in the first place? WWE's new way of thinking. Let's put everybody on the card so everyone feels like they have a piece of WrestleMania. So because of that, we got 2 battle fucking royals that we have to... Isn't it a shame that not only are we not excited for the Battle Royals, but we're all talking about it in the wrestling community. We're all talking about these Battle Royals like they're just nothing but a nuisance. Where the fuck are we gonna put this shit? Where am I supposed to put a Battle Royal? Right? I mean, that's sad. And again, for the Cruiserweights, there's no doubt in my mind they'll go out there and they'll do some awesome flips and dives, and they'll put on a ooh, ah, 10 or 15 minutes. There's no question. Nobody's invested in the motherfucking shit. BC, they're gonna shine. Fuck you. I'm gonna see a lot more shining from the main division. Trust me. I got plenty of matches that there's gonna be shining. Maybe if we were invested in the characters and storylines a lot more, maybe I'd give a fuck about cruiserweights. But this isn't the 1990s anymore, guys. Remember with WCW Nitro? And they used to have a match or two with the cruiserweights. And it would be a cool little break because the flips and the dives and all this crazy shit was new to us. And the characters were new to us. And it was fun. It was intriguing a little bit, right? I mean, you still couldn't wait till the heavyweights to get back on. But it was a cool little 10-minute break here and there. It's not like that anymore. Don't fool yourselves. This is a whole new fucking era. It's hard enough to get fucking main division guys over. To get main division guys enough time. I'm sorry, you're not gonna book. Again, only 10 matches can fit on the main show. I'm giving 11 because none of those 11 matches should be on the pre-show. So there's only 3 that can go on there. I don't give a fuck who likes what. In my mind, those 3 matches have to be over there. Battle Royal, Cruiserweights. And that's the bottom line. Amplified Man said so. What 3 would you guys put? I'm seriously interested to see what match you would put over. Or do you put both Battle Royals on the main show, take both tag team championships onto the pre-show? So then that really doesn't say a lot about the tag team division for both brands, does it? And then you use those Battle Royals as downers. But what 3 matches would you put? Because that's the only thing I want to hear, guys. I want to, if there's 11 on the main show and 3 matches that have to go on the pre-show, what 3 would you put over? That's the only format I want to read below. I don't want any other scenario. I would leave these 10 and put 4 on the pre-show. Or I would put 12 on the main show and these 2 would go on the pre-show. This format is the only thing I want to hear from below. If you had 11 matches on the main show and 3 on the pre, who the fuck are you putting on the pre-show? And if you're booting one of the 11 I just mentioned, you better have a damn good fucking reason, my friend. And you better not be splitting up titles. You better not be having a SmackDown championship for the women or the US or the tag on the main show. And on the other show, the Raw fucking IC or the Raw women's or the Raw tag is on the pre-show. Or vice versa. If you're going to have one title over there, you better have the other brand's equivalent title over there as well. That's what I'm saying. That's what makes this hard. In a perfect world, we want all 14 to be on there. Guess what? Not a perfect world. Far from it. Sorry, Battle Royal participants. Sorry, Cruiserweights. Flip and dive your way all over that pre-show. Steal the pre-show. That's awesome. But don't be on my main fucking show. I got 11 fucking matches where all those superstars need all the time they can fucking get. B motherfucking C. I'm the Amplified Man, and I'm cashing the fuck out. We're gonna smack the shit out of this weekend. I'll see you guys next week. B motherfucking C, and we'll check you.